9 of the 20 entrepreneurs that were accepted to the program a year ago will pitch their businesses this evening with the hope of winning $5,000 towards further fueling their missions. This evening's event venue is sponsored by Landmark Hospitality. Can we all take a moment to just look around? This space holds so much history and was likely the start of many, many local businesses. And having a grander and hopeful venue than this one hosts our pitch competition, where these 9 businesses will proudly share their stories. For those of you that haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Sandy Gaffney. I am the founder and owner of From Here, a neighborhood workspace. I'm very, very fortunate to be joined by our community manager.
Hi, my name is Zach Stowe, community manager in Plainfield.
From Here Community Workspace, located at One Lake Auction Avenue, opened from October 8th, 2020. We're about to celebrate our 2-year It was our dream mission to give the city's professionals and entrepreneurs a space that is dedicated to them, that was beautiful and that was affordable, so each and every one of them could work, study, meet, connect, create, and celebrate. And since then, we've welcomed hundreds of guests into the workspace. Many of you have seen us today. This location was also where we launched our neighborhood spotlight series, which was the seed to what it is today, which showcased so many of the local stories, entrepreneurs, and the topics that very specifically supported economic vitality and development in our city. Eventually, it came home to the Queen City Innovation Hub, and when I tell you it started with a pitch deck that went to the mayor and we're standing here today, I can't emphasize enough the importance of the deck and drinking that conversation. Our goal is to provide free access to resources, education, and community to support and elevate each and every one of you. And for you to know, entrepreneurship isn't just destined for the San Franciscos, the Austins, and New York Cities of the world. It can be homegrown, and each and every one of you can prove that today. I can really run my message. A very, very special thanks to the city of Plainfield, to Mayor Matt, to Jeanette Aparicio, Jasmine Hunt, the Plainfield Special Improvement District, and all of our accelerator program sponsors and volunteers who dedicated their time and their resources towards our mission. They say it takes a village to not use the city. February 7th, 2023, the downtown area faced a fierce fire that displaced many residents and businesses. And unfortunately, From Here, the city is one of those businesses that were impacted. And although we haven't been able to physically remove them, Eric and I made sure that the commitment that we made towards the accelerator program continued, and that we found a way to make it here today. And so we wanted to thank the Plainfield Performing Arts Center for giving us a temporary home to ensure that was possible. And so before we introduce our judges and start the competition, it is my beautiful honor to invite Mayor Matt to the stage to reflect on the Queen City Innovation Hub and this evening's event.
Thank you today. I want to begin by saying what a wonderful thing it is for us to be here this evening. This program could not be possible without the vision of Sneh, who came to us and she pitched this program, and we didn't hesitate to provide some resources to make sure that this program was supported and that it became a success. And I think the 20 applicants that were chosen to be a part of this program were very fortunate to be able to get the support, to be mentored by people with the experience and the desire to see entrepreneurs become successful. And so, as a city, We will stand behind those who have an interest in creative businesses and to be a part of the U.S. economy. We know that small businesses are like a foundation of the U.S. economy, and it is so critically important that we have small businesses and that we support them and give them the tools that they need to operate and to become successful. And so this is a wonderful investment that was made by SNAE, by many partners that provided funding to make sure that the program is off the ground and that we are here today as a result of those partnerships. And so the 9 businesses that will be presented this evening, they're very fortunate to have the opportunity to be in this kind of program. And the city is also blessed to know that we have young entrepreneurs who are eager to become a part of the U.S. economy. And so my administration will continue to stand behind these individuals, and I know that they will move forward. They will become successful. And I can't wait to see the presentations, and I know that the many people that are here, the families, the friends, the supporters, will be very pleased with what they're about to see here this evening. And so I look forward to sitting in the audience and doing the presentations, and I know the judges will do their best to select the #1 entrepreneur that will be on display here this evening. So again, thank you today. I thank all the partners. I thank the members of my administration that are here and that are supportive of this program from the very outset. And so, let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
Okay, so now let's turn our attention back to these 9 incredible entrepreneurs that will be gracing the stage today. They have worked tirelessly over the last 12 months to establish and grow their businesses in Plainfield. One of the criteria to join the accelerator program is that they needed to become registered Plainfield businesses as a way to ensure that the investment that we made in them came back to the city tenfold. To anyone from here is our motto, and each of you have proven that you are capable for greatness when you put your heart and mind to it. So let's give a very, very big applause to those 9 folks that have made it here today. On behalf of everybody in this room, it has been an honor to get to know each and every one of you and having the privilege of being a part of your journey from here. So, tonight's judges. For the pitch competition are Mr. Richard Dunn, representing Paramount Assets. Paramount Assets have played a very, very big role in the downtown area when it comes to residential development and commercial availability. And so, Mr. Dunn today will be looking at our pictures from the perspective of how our business is going to support residents that are here today that will hopefully consider Plainfield in the future, and how all of these different commercial spaces can include you, right, that vision makes sense. We have Ms. Jasmine Hunt, who is City of Plainfield, Chief of Staff and Head of Communications, and also the ambassador for #LovePlainfield. And what she'll be looking for is 2 aspects of Love Plainfield. One, how these entrepreneurs are going to build the city they want to live in. And 2, how they can be the change that we all want to see. And last but not least, Mr. David Gomez, who is the Executive Director of the Plainfield Special Improvement District. And Plainfield City, as many of you know, are tasked with the beautification of the Special Improvement District, but also thinking about different ways to cultivate economic vitality and development and support small businesses. And so the lens we're looking at is how is the addition of what you're offering products and services going to better the downtown area, and again, better economic development as a whole in the downtown area. What you will be judged on. So tonight, the judges will be focused on these businesses, products, and services, progress that they've made over the last 12 months in the Accelerator program, the impact that their business has on the city and its residents, how they will utilize the prize money to further their businesses, and finally, how they themselves represent the most important aspects of #Growing. Each entrepreneur will have 5 minutes, and 5 minutes only to pitch their businesses, and then it will be followed by 4 minutes of Q&A from the judges. After everyone has pitched, the judges will deliberate and they will decide the winner for tonight and the winner for $5,000. That being said, it is clear that each and every one of you have a long ladder here of showing up and being there for yourselves, your businesses, your family, your friends, and your entire village. And so with that, our first pitcher. Good evening.
The owner and founder of the Party Tribe, established October 2022. I am a trained doula, perinatal doula, and a certified postpartum doula. The Party Tribe is a nonprofit organization that provides mobile postpartum services for the BIPOC population in the community of Plainfield. So what those services look like, it can be home delivery, it can be like housework, it can be pick up of laundry services, and focusing on definitely the postpartum depression that some moms may incur after delivery. Why is this important? Can you repeat after me? 360 plus 5? 360 plus 5 equals postpartum wellness. So 360 is us as a community, how we circle around the mother after she delivers, and plus 5 is 365 days that postpartum is actually for a mom. Usually people think it's for a 4-month period, but that's not true. Postpartum is 365 days after delivery. So my why is personal and professional. Professionally, I work with a population of pregnant and parents and moms who recover from substance use, and also pregnant and parents and moms of the teen population who has mental diagnosis. Personally, they're in the room, so I have 2 children ages 5 and 7, and I was a mom who had to go through emergency C-section for both children. And during that time, my recovery when I got home was a little challenging because it wasn't no maternal care for dad, so after a week he returned back to work, and the support system that I had was in and out. So it was kind of like I was going to mother the mother. The need. So why Plainfield? So census report states that 847 moms birthed in the city of Plainfield during the 2021 year. Out of that population, we think about Plainfield, we have about 39% that identifies as African Black American, and another 51% that identifies as Latino or Hispanic. So when we think about this population, again, as I said, when we go home, it's kind of like who's mother and mother. We have to also think about that postpartum mental health, mood, anxiety, and disorders. So, and those things are usually caused by lack of support, exposure to trauma, and trauma can be domestic violence, and who's going to care for me? So, those are factors. So, the question is not why Plainfield, it's why not Plainfield to provide these services. So, problem versus the solution. Some of the problems when it comes to maternal health and postpartum, a lot of people focusing on pregnancy and birthday. Again, the focus is not usually on postpartum and setting up plans for the mom and the family to be well after delivery. So, social determinants of health is a factor. Maternal and paternal leave. Some moms have to rush back to work instead of focusing on that at 65 because it's like I'm the only one who can provide for the family at this time. So they don't get the full fulfilling experience that they need. Some solutions is to provide a cultural, holistic culture here. What is holistic? Holistic includes incorporating our faith-based community. Holistic includes what are the traditions and the cultures and the rituals that Black moms and Hispanic moms need to kind of heal. Breastfeeding support, usually for Black and brown moms, formula is pushed in the hospital. So if they want to breastfeed, who's the support person when they come home to make sure they're successful at that? My community impact since starting the cohort, I was on the panel with First Lady Sandy Murphy for Black Maternal Health. I received a grant for $12,500 that I brought back to the city. And my action plan is to create a wellness center right here in the city of Plainfield, where moms can go for postpartum support. Man.
Whichever one to be left to go farthest.
Thank you. The presentation that you just provided provides a lot of insight on a service that is much needed in communities, especially in urban municipalities like Plainfield. Mothers are forgotten, and we must commend the women who are giving birth. There's other options out there, but they've taken the hard road to ensure life stays consistent, life is brought to fruition. And to have a service like yours is very, very important. What is the criteria for eligibility for your program? I think that's very important to understand so that you can give your service to people who need the services. What is the criteria?
Great question. So the criteria would be a mom who has birth, a mom who identifies as Black, a mom who identifies as Hispanic. That's the criteria. To me, everybody deserves to have postpartum support. That should be a part of kind of the maternal health package which you deliver. Like you should be able to come home and be supported, whether it's a nurse visiting you to make sure you're okay, making sure that somebody's coming in and saying, okay, you don't go back to the doctor until 6 weeks later, but what is your mental health status right now? You don't see a doctor until 6 weeks later. You want to do that and check to make sure your maternal wellness is okay. And usually postpartum depression is 2 weeks after mom goes home. So.
Hi, Erica. Yes, I want to echo Richard's congratulations. I think that it's an amazing concept. I think it's one that's well needed, especially in maybe the kind of community that we have, where the potential for maybe single moms who don't have the kind of family support that traditional families would have. Question I have is for the program. Would people who are accepted is this something, have you figured out is the program that will qualify for health insurance assistance, and also what sort of programs do you have in place for those who may not have the resources to pay out of pocket and may not have health insurance?
Great question. So definitely health insurance will be accepted. The challenge right now in the state when it comes to being a doula and receiving payment is that there's not adequate payment for the services that's provided through postpartum support. And because again, I think this service is so needed, that's why I was like teetering between a nonprofit LLC, because if being a nonprofit funds to be donated, that means it's open the door for more moms to receive the services. So if that service can be scaled because of the donations being received, so people can receive the adequate care, that's what I want.
Thank you for the presentation, it was fantastic. How many people can one service provider provide services to? And what is the training scale
is a great question. So when I received the grant, over the year for, initially it was $12,500 and then it upped to an additional $5,000. When I proposed the grant, at that time I said I provide services to 2 families a month. Because again, you don't want to burn out as a provider and you want to make sure you're able to give adequate services to the family served. So for me, being one person, it was 2 families a month, but if I could bring on additional providers in this holistic space, then it would definitely be more families who would be able to service.
And training for additional staff.
So training, it all depends. So the way I see it is training for doula, you have many state initiatives right now. So like you have the New Jersey Doula Collaborative. So if you go there and you train. So if you receive the training to be a certified doula, would definitely be a part. But that's not the kind of person I'm looking for. I'm looking for people to come in and provide mental therapists. So even if they can come in and consult, holistic as far as like yoga, meditation. So different services that I can partner with in that space.
Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, my name is Marie and I am a creator of Limitless Visions, which means that I use videography and content creation, combine that with storytelling to help other brands, businesses, and residents build their platform and be able to tell their stories with others. We hear the saying, or you may be familiar with the saying, the graveyard is full of pregnant people, and that's because we have these ideas, we have these passions that we don't pursue. And so I want to bridge the gap between the idea in your head and the vision in your head and manifesting it in real time so other people can get to know you as well. So our story is really starting with my story, and before we get to the timeline, I am a lifelong creative. So I started in dancing, then I went to acting, theater, rapping, radio show hosting, interviewing, and so in 2014 is when I decided to really hone in on content creation. It is something that I'm passionate about, and so since 2014, I have gotten more equipment, I've honed on my craft, I've developed more content, and I've been able to work with all types of people and be featured in all types of outlets. So since 2014, some of the challenges that I have identified are, one, I'm sure we can all agree, we are inundated with media. No matter if you're on social media, and that you're by voluntary, or if you're just in the constant news cycle, it's a lot. And another piece of worker challenge is that everyone has access to a smartphone. You can take photos, you can take video, you can essentially create your own content and go viral on your own without a videography company or production company. And that leads into limited budget. So because we're not aware of how much it would cost to work with a production company, work with a videographer, all of these challenges I think have culminated in a question that I've gotten from potential clients, and that is, well, you're just showing up with the camera, why does it cost so much? And so I will tell you why. Like I said, I am a lifelong creative. It's something I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about working with other people and building relationships. And so that relational aspect shows up in our business goal alignment. So I am reaching out and talking to clients about what it is they're bringing on production assistants, 2 of which are Plainfield residents. So that's something I've become very passionate about, not just being able to help them tell their stories, but now I'm able to financially support other creatives and their businesses and keep the dollar in the creative community. And so that is part of how we utilize our prize money. We want to put about 25% to, again, help other creatives feel confidence and continue their creative journey, their creative entrepreneurship. So we want to set aside funds for that. I've started with productions, location. So we want to make sure we can get the studio space and have a steady studio space to service our clients to the best of our ability. And each year we have software subscriptions, we have equipment upgrades that we need. So that is kind of like general maintenance for the business. And so I want to thank you so much for listening. I hope that you feel comfortable enough to reach out to the businesses so we can take your idea and turn it into video content. Thank you.
Thank you again for the presentation. How does your business model differ from other videographers, and how exactly does it fit in Plainfield specifically?
So I think we're a little bit different than other production companies because one thing I almost require from the client is that we have a 30-minute consultation. And sometimes I even spend that time when we get on Zoom, we're going over Google boards where I'm really trying to connect with you because I've had clients come to me and say, they feel the urge to want content and get that content overload, but they don't even know what type of content they need. And so I help you, better streamline that. So I'm not just taking your money. I can create all the content you want me to create, but if that's not something you need right now, then we can hold off and I can advise you for a future time. And I think that serves the people of Plainfield because as we're trying to build just socioeconomically through the different apartment buildings and being by the train station, I think we're all trying to look for ways that we can partner with other people and not just be super transactional in that way.
Hey, no.
Thank you again for the presentation. It's something that is much needed in our society today is to document things, to doing through videographies. It's very important thing which people learn today by visual. It's not like when I was in school back 35 years ago where we learned from doing practically, learning from books. Today, a lot of people get their education through visual aspects. How do you relate and adapt your services, if given this money, to help educate children through videography, through this type of process?
Well, so I would honestly put that, I would actually take a chunk out of studio space and even combine that with the part-time editors and videographers because essentially that is what I would be hoping to bring up is more part-time editors and videographers so that they feel empowered enough to want to go out on their own. A lot of people intend to see how accessible it is to be creative, but unfortunately I don't think society has caught up to create financial opportunities for them. So I would definitely use part of the 25% of the part-time videographers, and if need be, if it goes off without an itch, then I would love to reach out to companies like Sony, companies like Kids, donate to that program. So I think it would be a combination of using the resources here with money and also reaching out to expand my network with other sponsors.
So my question is, Plainfield is developing very rapidly. There's growth in a lot of areas. And part of that is developing the arts and culture in the city. How do you see your business helping to tell that story, to spread, the hashtag of Plainfield story, and to boost the arts and culture environment, the economy?
So I think one of my future goals is to continue collaborating with other creatives and videographers, and I say that because I know Plainfield TV is definitely an angle that I looking at since picking up my first camera. So I would love to find ways to collaborate with Plainfield TV. And as far as on a more independent side, I just continue to build my network with people who are doing work in Plainfield that they're also very passionate about, and are passionate about doing it in Plainfield. So just through more collaborations with residents, being able to step out on my own, going to different events like the House Music Festival, and the R&B by the Brook community events that can promote what's happening here in Plainfield and to drive our traffic into what we're already doing. Okay, thank you everyone.
Hi, what's going on, everybody? What's up? My name is Dan Roots. On one half, I'm trying to provide connection. The other half is my wife, she's on the thing. Alright? I want to talk to you guys about food business. Some of you guys may know what that is, some of you guys may not. There's a little bit of information broken down right here for you. I'm going to go through some of it, not all of it. Food business is an urban area in which it is difficult to buy affordable or good quality fresh food. Alright? Let's get down a little bit more. Instead of a grocery store or farmers markets, there's more like corner stores, supermarkets, and bodegas with old food from like Pennsylvania and stuff. We don't even know where it's from. That's a big problem. Alright, so the question is Plainfield a food desert? Yes, it is. It is ranked 44. This is according to the NJDA's food desert community list. Alright, it's not my information, it's theirs. Alright, let's talk about TBC. That's my family, that's my son. Trying to rock the election is a family-owned alternative food and beverage business. We are based in Plainfield and North, and we are running this for food security, sustainability, wellness, and community. Our passion for being self-sustainable, and creating more access to locally grown food, and let's create our indoor food growing program, alright? Along with our free legacy and membership, which is coming, alright? I'm talking about our vision because it's dope. Our vision is to see public institutions like a library or a school and food desert areas leverage unused space. We own, alright, we're going to leverage that unused space to build ecosystem bonds, to educate, and to create more access to locally grown food. Why not add that it is year round? Alright, let's go. Our vision, trying to provide the mission as free aeroponic tower gardens under right? We have that right now. That's allowing us to grow 120 plants. Okay? Lettuces and kale, we focus on those for a reason. We're going to occupy the Plainfield Library space to create a green center for education and community engagement through our 6-month workshop class making our curriculum, which is also dope, and like it's produced by me. Alright? We'll welcome volunteers indoors for 6 months at a time and have a hands-on experience with aeroponic growing methods to sustainably grow, package, distribute pounds of lettuce to the community because it's a free lettuce CSA program. It's like that. I'm excited. Let's talk about our products and services. We have juice, which is awesome. Our juice is really good. It's over there. We're going to for free tonight. We also have other supplements like our CMO channel, which is very good for your skin. Our detox blend, our prayer teachers. We have a lettuce and membership, which I keep on talking about. We also have our food security solutions, which I keep on talking about. Alright? Let's talk about some of the benefits of indoor farming. It's year round. That's crazy. That's a difference maker. We use 90% less water than the traditional farming. It's sustainable. We grow 50% faster than traditional. Cool. Alright? I ain't saying the rest of the this year, along with our receiving about $500 in donations because they love us. We started our monthly program report. If you see the beginning in April, we were kind of just trying things out. All we really getting grants. Now, September, we're guaranteed about 15 pounds of produce every Alright? Our partners, they're cool too. Josh is in the building. Yeah, so he's a Plainfield native, North Water Coalition. They are based out of North. They're down to help us in Plainfield at a couple of times. Juice Plus, they're a hell of a wellness company, also the manufacturers of our tower cards, and they got our bats, so whenever we want them, we can get them. I want to talk to you guys about what we decided to do with seed money and how far we can stretch that seed money. 3 years. We can stretch that 5K 3 years. And with that, we have the deliverables. 288 curriculum classes. All right. We can also educate 84 students in industry of sustainable food growth. And we can also grow and distribute between 1,000 and 12,000 pounds of lettuce. Alright? That's my wife, that's me, and that is North Sustainable and Science, nonprofit organization, where we've been doing a lot of workshops and we're gonna start a more sustainable food growth program there. And just a couple pictures to show how we're working. Alright, make sure you guys follow us on the website. Alright, and that is it. Hi, judges. Talk to me. You remember that code?
Congratulations. Hello, that's me. There we go. Excellent presentation. And that your vision of growing produce and growing foodstuffs is something that's getting out of the box to help the privilege and also educate children about the importance of feeding each other. Tell me a little bit about your marketing. I see that you are very attuned to education. Education is very important. But beyond that, you have something that can be very beneficial to municipalities and to other organizations when they are out there feeding the homeless and feeding others. So what are you doing to market this concept? Because I see this concept as a very viable solution to some of the ills that we have in society. Because again, based upon what you just presented, it grows quickly, it's growing in a controlled environment, and it's producing year-round based upon being a situation that is done indoors. So tell me a little bit about how you're going to expand beyond local. The local important, but what I'm referring to is to the municipality helping out the Plainfield Food Bank, newer food bank, such as the ones that you are running.
That's awesome. Congratulations. So, I think that through how our marketing scale and get out of being local is by expanding our partners and keep more partners. We don't have to do everything. We can connect with people that specialize, like Juice Plus. They're nationwide. And so they are really connected with us. And if we continue to be awesome in our little space, they will put us on their platform to reach and do this in other places. A couple places in mind, California, what's going on? Also, I live in Virginia, Colorado, right? So that's another place. I really want to focus on food deserts. So if I can market food deserts, keep reminding people like, hey, we can eat some better food here. I think that would be my marketing ticket. And my pitch, on top of working with our partners, we have a more national worldwide presence.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I think this is a great concept. I've had some of your juices and they're delicious. So, but my question, I saw in the picture you mentioned utilizing unused space at the library. So my question is, if that space is not available, do you have an alternate plan? And do you have long-term plans for, if it's a co-use space, long-term plans to have, space of your own? What is your,
I don't necessarily have a space of our own. I don't. It's through collaboration. I find more strength than ever. And so we want to find, we can get the libraries to work, we can go to schools. I have a template, a proposal that's pretty much take one person, another person there, or another organization there, it just works. It's all the collaboration and partnership with some understanding of, I don't want to have overhead or a space where there's an unused space all around us. I want to use an unused space. We will work until we get it.
Thank you, and we all know that children that build lifelong habits of eating well all start as children. How do we get this? What is the lead time for the hydroponic system, and how do we scale?
What is the lead time?
Lead time for getting one of those genes?
To get them here or to get something going on?
Just to get them here, get them wherever you
Yeah, 2 weeks for shipping. It'd be faster, might pay more, but I would say that's really quick. Again, I'm also affiliated with the manufacturer, so I type of work to get as many as we need to, depending on our plan. If the plan is big, alright. So, and as far as germination goes, and that's getting ready for harvest, based on what we're growing now, kale and lettuce, we're seeing a 100% germination rate within 7 days. Yeah. 10, we're getting a little bit changed. Yeah, but 100% germination rate, that was a big deal for us. Thank you guys.
Together with my husband, so right there, we formed this engine consulting firm. We are located in Plainfield and formed in March 2022. We are also Plainfield residents. Basically, we do financial consulting and business advisory, mainly related to financial planning, accounting, tax, small business services. Also, as consultants, we do help with, everyday needs, not only translations, as we provide services in English, Spanish, and of course in Korean as well. So the target analysis, the market analysis is very important. Why? Because So the actions, what are we gonna use that money for? Basically, one of the most important things is because there's so many that companies that might do similar work that we do. Of course, as an example, we need to do more publication. We need to do more ads. Now, we are doing through internet and social media, but I feel like without when we're dealing with people finances, you need to do face-to-face because people need to trust you. They need to be able to understand. So, the campaign, what we want to do for Plainfield. Plainfield is a great city. We love Plainfield. I've been living in Plainfield for so many decades, and I feel that this city has so much more to give. So, our campaign, that's what we want to promote, is doing business in Plainfield, in financial district of Plainfield, because we believe that Plainfield can become the first financial district on not only Plainfield, but also New York County and New Jersey in general. I know with the hashtag of Plainfield, I think we can make a big improvement on that and continue forward. And we are very thankful to be part of this presentation. To be part of the
Thank you so much for the presentation. How do you see your next 12 months with $5,000 being able to launch your business?
So, as I said, and if you don't mind going back, going back a little bit, we have a timetable here. So, by February at least, we would like to have an actual billboard. It doesn't have to be a billboard, but at least something that is visible for people to be able to finance. And part of that project, we're going to need someone that can utilize that. At least by May of this year, hopefully before that, we want to have a physical location, and which is very important for the type of business that we do. People need to see you, people need to visit you, and people need to see you face to face to basically trust their private information to you. I mean, sometimes if they connect to you through email, they still need to say, okay, this is not a scam, I need to see this person face to face. So this space is very important. By August, we want to do another market research and basically see how the market is. And by December, we want to do some hybrid publication. Not only face to face, but also going directly to people, continue to do social media, continue to do, online-based publication, which you need relevant for all that. And hopefully, if we can stretch that hour, we would like to get some funding for, maybe utilize something for the business as we do mobile most of the time.
Thank you for your presentation. The services that your husband are offering the communities initially based here in Plainfield is very valuable. The simple fact is, based upon the demographic here, your services will be included. There's bigger organizations who are going to be doing financial consulting. People don't want to go there. They want to go with a person or a company that's global, who understands their needs. Based upon that, your fee structure, that is very important when you're serving the community. How will you implement your fee structure of your services? Will it be a sliding scale based upon their income? Will it be a sliding scale based upon their needs? So just elaborate on that, because that is something that people do care about as what it's going to cost.
It's mostly about their needs. Of course, it has to be a little bit legal. The way we see it is, okay, we need some revenue, so we need to provide services that are paid for. But our goal also is not only to do those services to be paid for, but also provide free workshops for small businesses to teach them how to do business, to teach them how to do finances. Now, we want to In that sense, yes, if they don't have the resources, we teach them how to basically get there and maybe help them start. But if they do have the resources, we provide the same quality service, and also go as far as they want to go. Of course, providing them the information they need to do things correctly. And I don't know if I answered the question completely because some people are out there at the end. But thank you so much.
Greetings, my name is Tom. Born and raised in Plainfield, North Dallas, representing, well, right now, born in Middelburg. Went to Cook School, Maxon, the high school, graduated in 2004, moved to Jersey City, NJCU, now became a Black Student Union, got my first youth check, came back to Plainfield, started the Advantage Book Scholarship that funded it through my pockets, right? Let's go to the next. As Lotto Olympics, this is my company. We educate, we entertain, and empower, right? We educate, entertain, and empower. Upon leaving Jersey City, I moved to Connecticut, where I was a union organizer. I worked for Local 634, and right after that, I moved to Panama, right? Before moving to Panama, I came back here. There was a student by the name of Spencer Catherine who was murdered on the West End. And at the time, we were members of People's Organizations for Progress. And when dealing with the Latino community, we didn't know the language. So we moved to Panama to learn Spanish and form Negros Americanos. Come back, right? Let's go over here. There's a problem in Plainfield. False opportunities, idle hands, and brain training. Young artists are left without a creative space and mentorship, right? That's the energy of me. You see the guys here, you trust me. All my life, as a youth, I've been given promises, being told by altruistic visitors that something was going to change. And as a youth, that made me skeptical, right? So even as an adult, we're dealing with a skeptical community, right? So I teach classes in visual and performing arts, through seminars, arts workshops. We have art showings, performances, comic books, coloring books, and literature. All the literature is what we call didactic graphics and intended to instruct. So I have a comic book that's about mental health, depression, suicide. And here I have color that we use in the North State Summer Program for art therapy. Those classes out there. The same building actually that the water coalition is out of. And then last but not least, we have empowerment, mentoring, apprenticeship, creative coaching. You'll see Maul and Derek. I met them in their middle school, and I'm still in their lives among other students. And that down there is a National Scholarship where we use hip hop to raise money to get back to Plainfield. All right, so since the foundation of From Here, which is a great space, right, I was teaching out from here. I had several classes prior to the fire, right, so to continue operating, we moved out to North. This is NJ Pat from the top. That's one of my students, Elise. That's her performing with an ensemble of about 30 kids that range in the spectrum of ability and learning. I've been entertaining, doing performances up here in Connecticut. I worked with Jack and Jill at Stanford, just did a workshop with them. And then that last piece is empowerment. Continue to mentor. That's Diana, she's a film major. She just graduated this year. That's an National Scholarship. Just presented it this year at Plainfield High School. Okay, so now we're down to 5K. 2,000 of this will go into marketing and promotion to get the word out. 2,500 will be reserved for 2 iPads, right? With Apple Pencil, digital art and animation programming on it, and then $500 for additional teaching materials and art supplies. And then the last one is for altruistic investors, anyone that's interested in helping us, right? Have a house where we can teach, right? Until it doesn't like that. And this is how I choose to love Plainfield. I looked at my slide before this, I hit all the talking points for the talking heads. The website, find this how we do this. But look, man, Plainfield man is making a shot outside the restaurant. That's a lot. Old school. Plainfield looks for answers at friends born shooting victims. Spencer Catherine was my partner, Bishop, and was their counsel, was his student. And Duca was close friend to my sister and was kin to some people in this building. That's Mr. Van mentors growing up. And mentorship is important. The only reason I'm here is because this man was in my life, among others. Right? That last one is I am bleeding. I will bleed for this city. I already bled for this city. Shed some blood for this city. I might even die for this city. Okay? I'm invested and committed to this city, regardless. And I appreciate you guys for your time. This is Bible Olympics. We're here to educate, and empower.
Perfect presentations. Education is very important. They say we've done a lot on that scale. As we all know, performing arts is very important. It's a way that children express themselves, whether it's through music, whether it's through art, things of that nature. So as a huge advocate for that. So in your realm, how do you engage the students? How do you engage people to come to you? Because again, like I said, performing arts is a way that people can express themselves in a way that they may not be able to in other arenas. So tell me how you engage, how do you bring people to the fold with your service?
Do exactly what Mr. Van Blake and Mr. Joel Plummer does, right? They throw out the respect and love first, and he comes right back. I don't have the same classroom management issues that other students or other teachers do have, because I start from a place of love and understanding. Because I know when they are here.
Wow, great presentation again. Does your program, how does your program take the children from learning to becoming part of the business in Plainfield?
Becoming part of the business? So I would say with mentorship, right? If we're talking about developing artists, that's what I mean, right? Empowerment, it can be basically whatever anyone. So probably like parent, someone who's an intern, mentoring, career coaching with someone who's already in the field, right? Case in point, right? Derek, right? He was studying photography early on. I'm not the photography guy, but Kate is, right? She's a photography lady, right? So I'm here, them together. She's a professional, that's a professional photography. He wants to become a professional photographer, build those connections. Thank you.
Like the concepts, I think that's a powerful concept. I think that the arts have a lot of power to create change. I just want to know, what is your pipeline in terms of making this like a long-term sustainable business?
Say that again?
So what type of pipeline are you building to make this like a long-term sustainable business beyond, tomorrow or next month or next year? Like what is the plan for long-term sustainability?
So eventually I want to open up a youth arts center. It's a big ask, right? That's a big goal. It's not going to happen with $5,000, right? But this is going to bring us that much closer to $8 million. Make it happen.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to first start by saying that mental health is a very serious topic. It's important that we stay here in our mental health. So at any point during this presentation, step out and make sure you take care of yourself. Hi, my name is Ashley Robinson, and I'm the founder of Breath of Fresh Air. By profession, I'm a social worker. I'm a maternal social worker degree, and I'm also a certified pharmacist technician. All right, through this presentation, we'll be answering the who, what, when, where, and why. And I think that was kind of embedded in our family in grade school. So, Plainfield's population of people to mental health therapists is the highest in that in the state of New Jersey. But we still see that minorities are struggling getting these services. It could be because of stigma, it could be because of resources, it could be because of all sorts of things, right? But that affects our quality of life. Also, we see that in 2017, 5.2% of the population of Union County that died was because of mental or behavioral disorder. And we also see that 25% of the homeless population have mental health illnesses. All right, what we offer. So we offer consultative mental
scared. But that joke turned into my business reality. In the midst of COVID in 2020, when I formed my business, Save the Girl, Save the World. You'll also see in the journey, I went to Cedarwood, I went to Plainfield Academy of Arts and Studies, and I went to Upper Down, that's directed by Plainfield resident. I also was able to partner with my mom and rented college and make mental health panels, as well as go back and speak to the social work students. You also can see that I have a master's in social work, minor in entrepreneurship. I also have a master's in social work. And when I went to Ghana, I was able to partner with the Plainfield Foundation and bring a breath of fresh air with me, which inspired me to go back and get a degree in international affairs. All right, why born and raised here. And when I was in Ghana, I learned the term Sankofa, which means to bring it back where you are. And I always saw that I was in places, but I was like, I need my hometown to have these services. I need what I did when I was youth. I lost my mother when I was 9, so sudden terminal illness. I had different interactions with health professionals, and they weren't always positive. So I was like, I need to see the change I want to see. And then you'll see my tweet from November 2022 when I incorporated my business. You'll also see me in front of the theater for time when I graduated high school and me in front of the college when I started my bachelor's. The future and now. So, start with essentials. Legal documents, baby, business keeping, shirts, journals, tote bags. Also invest in the community. That can look like mental health scholarships. We want to partner. We want to give you the ability to start this mental health journey and figure out what it is at a young age. And maybe not have to wait until they go to college or graduate. Also partner with different organizations in the community and self-care packages to give out. All right, I want to thank you all for listening to my pitch. And once I begin, I want to say sometimes all you need is my direction.
So I just want to clarify a little bit. Are you focused? I know you talk about mental health, but then you talk about holistically providing support on a whole, right? So are your services going to be offering counseling on overall lifestyle, or is it focused on mental health?
So it's focused on mental health. So if I'm a professional social worker, I could provide counseling, but I want to do that part that kind of makes this happen. Maybe it's not always having a bad day every day. Maybe it's not like I just wake up and I'm mad. It could be some type of mental health stuff there. So I'm kind of that starting place. And if you need to get a therapist, that's great. I am one. But I'm kind of breaking that taboo and stigma because when I was younger, I was going through all the things, what's going on with me? So
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Mental health is an issue in today's society. A lot of the ills that we are facing, illness with crime, stem back to mental illness. Are you focusing on more the private type of counseling services to just mainstream residents, or are you focusing on the problems within Plainfield society, with homeless issues and mental health crises that people are having who are able to get jobs, things of that nature? So just tell us a little bit, what segment are you trying to impact most?
yeah, so I'm mostly focusing on like the issues in Plainfield and not private practice. So like I said, I do that professionally. I work in college mental health. I have a background in juvenile justice. I studied that, but I'm working on specific problems in Plainfield. So let's see, like when I was younger, there was a lot of stuff happening, and it was like, oh, like you go talk to a counselor, and nobody wants to go. They're like, all this stuff is in my records, it's going to affect me when I'm older. And when you're working consultatively, that stuff is anonymous, it's not clearly documented to you, it's not in your file. And that's one of the big differences that I noticed becoming a professional. This will allow you to be able to explore yourself without having to tie to you.
How do you go about getting patients in this difficulty of in the community, just even showing up to a consultative session?
Yeah, so I I'll market it, of course, but there's not a problem getting the people, and that my business will help when they go to like professionals and things. Thank you.
Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Estás listo para el desafío? Nosotros sí. Oh my God.
¿Estás listo para el desafío? Nosotros sí. What does that mean? That means, are you ready for the challenge? We are. My name is Vincent England, and I am the founder of Coding English. We train adults in both full stack software development and English at the same time. Since we were founded back in 2019, we've been working lots of nights and weekends on one specific problem. On the one hand, there's a tremendous demand for software developers in the United States and globally. On the other hand, there is a large number of non-English speaking people in the United States. And these people need higher paying, more dignified jobs, but they have many barriers to entry. For one, the English courses that exist are usually ineffective, and they certainly do not serve their financial goals. For another, vocational training such as coding boot camps are not accessible to them because of the same English barrier. What we do is we overcome these barriers, and in so doing we serve the vocational industry, we serve the language training industry, and we serve the job placement industry. So who are we? We're comprised of myself, an ex-Tesla software developer, ex-ESL teacher, and currently a hiring software development manager. We work together with Patrick DeBoer, based out of the Netherlands, who is a CLIL trainer. CLIL is the teaching technique at the heart of our course. He's also a math and English teacher. We work with Tyler Andrews, who is our sales coach, and with Laura Rodriguez, who is our sales and marketing point of contact for Spain. So what have we been up to? We've worked with a couple of little specialists, put together an intensive 16-week course to train in both full stack development of web apps and conversational English. We then gone ahead and vetted that course with demo classes both locally here in Plainfield and globally across Nicaragua, Argentina, and Spain to receive feedback and harden the course further. We partnered with Finnish distributions in order to make this course more accessible by offering things like income share agreements, which means that students that choose that payment option need to get a job for us to get paid, since sentences are aligned. I need to get them jobs, and also installment plans. We did our marketing for the September 25th launch of our course. We were hitting the streets of Plainfield and we have flyers. I can let that for a while. We led 5 prospects and continue to work with those prospects, and we're resuming our marketing for our January 15th launch next year. So why Plainfield? In this particular industry, it's kind of why not. On the one hand, I live next door to Plainfield, so it's easy for me not to go to Plainfield. But more importantly, the Hispanic population is far north of the published 40%, and that's extremely important. This is a population and a community that I've worked closely with for decades, and I am very sure about their work ethic and determination. And I truly believe that with accessible training, with effective training, we can get to the point where we raise so many people that we end up at a point where we're a tech hub. As a software development manager and also as a prior ESL teacher, I can see that path very clearly. Graduating on location, opening up physical locations is extremely important. With the 600 or so people I've spoken with, most say that physical location is extremely important for this type of training. And also put the location with platforms for those students.
I can't go without saying I'm very, very grateful for the support from your accelerator program. The physical space, the extra advice, and community support has been ridiculously generous and effective. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. What is the method that you use for job placement?
Job placement is largely about funneling students into jobs both locally in Evansville and the surrounding areas, also in Manhattan. I have a lot of relationships with employers in Manhattan to get graduates into their programs. It's basically constantly massaging HR relationships. Obviously, they're going in sort of as apprentices, so basically our goal is that within 3 years, they're 3x your income. They're coming in as sort of apprentices, and then they should be there to stay. It's my job to work with them for that long-term success afterwards.
Hi, so I do know that the percentage of Latinos in Plainfield is 55% as of the last census, and probably even higher than that. So I do think that the concept is a great concept that can be very impactful here. I don't, maybe I missed it, but I didn't see how long the length of the program.
Yeah, no problem. I said it really quick. It's 16 week intensive.
16 weeks?
16, yeah, it's 3.5 months. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I think I missed it. And then the other concern, it's really a concern that I have, based on your price point. And so I see you had 2 different programs. And I know you mentioned on getting financial assistance for these programs, and also, using job placement as an incentive for them, but it's just a concern that it might be prohibitive for quite a few people.
That's a very good point. That's a legitimate concern too. The students that I've spoken with, we've gone down to $25 a class, right? 3,000, 5,000 is something that I would expect to come in after some time when going through this program. The $25 per class is more of an ASL class level. Obviously, the value of the university is much higher than that because it's vocational and it has there's a job. So, the relationships are in place for income share agreements and installments when that's viable, right? But for now, obviously, we just want things in the door.
Thank you, Vincent. It's a very unique concept. I think that you're definitely going in the right direction, where you're going to have 2 disciplines: one, learning English, and then also learning a skill at the same time. I think that concept is something that has a lot of validity, and I think it's worthwhile. Vocational training and skills, I think we've left society where go to higher education, but sometimes that's not possible, and we're losing the vocational skills that make this country great. With that said, what are the prerequisites for someone who's interested in this program? Because obviously we have to vet and make sure, because this program isn't for everyone. And obviously there is a lot of people who would be interested, but what do you require from them, prerequisite-wise, to be accepted?
It's a very good question. There's a basically a computer literacy required. So a financial exam involves a student navigating a laptop, taking a look, close windows, close files, right? That's about it. The other thing is that the actual English component is divided up. There's a European standards for ESL that are very full and well fleshed out. So there's a European standard between the lower 2 and the upper 2 levels of English. People that are in the lower 2 go to one class, higher 2 levels to another class. There's no way to adjust the different levels of English. But computer programming is a 0 programming experience expectation. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you guys for coming. My name is Erica Brown, and I am the founder and owner of Sprouted Bliss Consultant LLC, which is a cannabis firm, where we break the stigma surrounding cannabis, as well as break the stigma surrounding cannabis, as well as encouraging it to be an alternative treatment and a socially acceptable. So, in the state of New Jersey, cannabis became legalized back in January of 2021, and that opened the market to people that was cannabis. Most people who are familiar with cannabis know of many things. They know that one, it has CBD or THC, but a lot of people don't know that it actually has over 100 different compounds. And with those compounds in cannabinoids, they're actually more than 100. And with those different cannabinoids, you can actually make 480 different compounds, creating different benefits health-wise. Those health benefits can be for anxiety, depression, nausea for those who are suffering from cancer, and it can treat people with mental health as well. So cannabis has been proven to actually be a safer way of treatment other than opioids. So what is it that Sprouted Bliss does? Well, we actually have been able to help those many who are seniors, but those who are in the younger generation, we actually transition them from the black market over to ATCs, which are known as alternative treatment centers. I myself have been able to go and visit more than 2/3 of the dispensaries here in the state of New Jersey, creating a rapport with the dispensary owners. And my disclaimer, I'm not in a physician, so I do not give medical advice. I simply tell you what's the best strain that can help you to make a choice for yourself. Well, why is the consultant necessary? Well, we bridge the dispensary to the client. We help the client make a strain selection that's best suited for them. And most people who go into the dispensary, they make a decision based on flavor notes. So if you like runts or you like ice cream, that's the choice that you pick. You don't look at the bottom of the COA, which is a certificate of analysis, which helps you make the choice that gives you the best experience for yourself. This is a census for Plainfield and the surrounding areas. These are the 5 major ailments that hurt people in the city of Plainfield and those surrounding areas. It is a proven fact that cannabis helps treat those ailments. Knowledge is power, and health is love. Since cohort, I was accepted into the 98 program, which was actually listed in Forbes magazine. It was also on CBS News. It is a program that actually talks about the art, the science, and the appreciation of cannabis. It is in the capital of California in Humboldt County. I participated in the City of Plainfield Cannabis Panel as an entrepreneur. I scored a partnership with one of the leading cannabis companies that's actually transitioning from California to New Jersey in the next couple of months. And I started a podcast. That's right, I have a podcast where people who are still facing the stigma and are still unsure about cannabis actually can see what cannabis looks like. When we go and we film at the cannabis and stuff, we talk about what's the leading cell and what a cannabis dispensary looks like. Well, what's next? Well, here in the city of Plainfield, which is where I'm from, education is power. We know that dispensaries, they bring in money, they help unify the city. So, with the money that is given to me, if I was invited to win, I would put it back into the business. My goal is, Sprouted Bliss is here to talk about and give that education to the city of Plainfield, but I would like to put the money back into the business and create what I want to call the Omniverse. Merging cannabis with the metaverse, where we not only service the city of Plainfield and the surrounding areas, but nationwide and worldwide. E-commerce is huge, so this will touch more people in other towns, cities, states, and the country. Will you invest? This is the not so end. If so, please contact me. Thank you.
Terrific presentation, Erica. cannabis is something that's misunderstood. Society, as we know, is starting to accept cannabis more and more as we go along, and many people don't know the benefits of cannabis. And I think that in your direction of being a consultant, people who don't know is, I think, a very valuable tool, because cannabis, like you said, has a lot of different good effects on different situations, whether it's pain management, mental issues, things of that nature. With that said, how do you garner, how do you bring clients? Is your clients through a recommendation from a dispensary, or are you going to be going out and marketing? How will you bring clients to be successful? Because obviously it's a service, and that's something which you need to be able to process.
Great question. I pride myself on making sure that I do my business the best possible means. So every expo that's in this area, I have properly registered for. I go to every dispensary around this area. As I mentioned, I have partnered up with every dispensary owner I know. And then the Gandhi woman that I mentioned. So a Gandhi is like a sommelier of wine. There's a group of us, I make sure that I talk to them, I know where they are. In terms of pain, in terms of knowing and willing to climb up, everyone talks about pain. Everyone from coming home from work will tell you that they have a migraine, will tell you that they're suffering from pain in their knees and things like that. So the conversation, you just always want to make sure that you're telling them there's always an alternative to soothe that pain. They don't have to step outside. And because of my story, my business is based on my personal experience. I suffer from a brain tumor and a rare disease, and that's how I built a business.
Erica, great presentation, and I agree with what Richard said. It's a very innovative way to get into the cannabis industry, and it's a very unique niche. I mean, I never thought about something like that until I heard your presentation, so kudos. Quick question. So, as you're giving advice to your clients, is it in one visits that you do, or is it something that you provide virtually? How do you have those sessions with the people that you're providing this advice to? Or is it just like a list of, do you provide just a list of what the different ones do, and then you can go and look at it and how does it work?
Actually, lately, I have been asked to speak engagements and workshops locally, even at churches where people are wanting to get more into it. I think the stigma is still really known. Like, people call their whisperer on the phone, which I find hilarious. But people do want to get more into know what cannabis can do and the benefits of it. I think that the metaverse is going to be huge because it allows people to still see it and still get into it. People can be at home on their computer, when COVID came, it allowed people to do themselves at home. So now people do that from their computer. Cannabis is evolving, and it allows you to now get into something that you're kind of curious. So my clientele can be anywhere from being home, I can be called into workshops, I can be called into actually teach it. So the world of opportunities is there everywhere. Thank you.
How do you make a customer?
I'm sorry.
How do you make a customer repeat customer?
How do I meet my customer?
How do you make a customer a repeat customer?
If I came to you once, what would make you come back?
Sure. So believe it or not, there's a cannabis for everyone. People usually take 4 or 5 different types of cannabis a day. There's different effects. You want to be happy, there might be something for you. If you want to be more focused, there might be something for you. There might be something for pain. There's something for every specific mood for cannabis. So that will be your deep offenders.
Good thoughts about that word. And she said that giving away free books is like giving away passports. And when she said that, I thought about my first time abroad. I just graduated college at Rutgers, and I had this amazing opportunity to go to South Africa. And it really, truly was a life-changing experience. It opened up my eyes to things I would have never seen before. And more importantly, it opened up my heart to think about new ways that I can further dedicate my life to serving others. But to be honest, I have been a world traveler ever since I was as young as my son was right on stage, 3 years old. I've always been a lover of books, so I've traveled more countries than anyone in this room combined. I've experienced more things than other people may have, and it would all stand for my avid love for books. But millions of passports are being taken from children around this country and in the city right now and today. Libraries are closing. The pandemic has caused literacy rates to drop immensely, and opportunities are being taken from children simply because they don't have access to a book. And so that's why I started Hidden Gems Literary Corner, your nonprofit community bookstore. We are a three-pronged approach to addressing illiteracy in Plainfield, New Jersey, and beyond. We operate a donation-based bookstore where we carry all genres and have equal access to educational resources for everyone. We meet people where they are, in their backyard, offering literary programming in schools and communities. And we also travel the country every year, putting thousands of free books directly into the hands of readers of all ages. We're a very small team, myself, my husband, and our youth ambassadors, but two children, Truth and Wisdom. Since we have been a part of this program, we have put thousands of free books directly into the hands of Plainfield residents. We've developed a nationwide audience, placing our message directly into the homes of over 80,000 people across the country. We've partnered with schools and nonprofit organizations, and I've also began my master's degree focusing on illiteracy as a public health issue. So why is the book going to change this little girl's life? What is it about reading that turns people into leaders? That's because reading is a statement that recognizing education activates dedication. Investing in the future of a child by focusing on their education today changes the trajectory of their life, their economic stability, their happiness, their health. And that's why we do the work that we do. This is the state of emergency that we are in right here and now today in Plainfield, New Jersey. 76% of students fail the reading exam, but we will not fail them. We are going to make a statement that we care about their education, and we're going to invest our lives, our resources, and our time into the future of these children. So please join us in making a statement that Queen City reads. If we have children as your women tonight, we will show that we love Plainfield through literacy by putting forth the Reading Festival. We produced this festival for the Piscataway Board of Education. 500 fourth and fifth graders jumping for joy, believe it or not, jumping for joy over thousands of free books, thousands of free passports put directly into the hands of children. That's how we would read it, surprisingly. It would go directly back into the hands of Plainfield residents. Thank you guys so much for your time today. Oh, I have 3 books for the judges. This book is called The Catalyst. Jonah Berger is a nationwide best-selling author who writes books about communication and welcome. And he donated 4,000 copies of this book in support of our effort. And so I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, everybody.
So I would like to commend you on something that we lost in our society, and that's, well, it's reading. You know, people don't realize it's tangible, it's something that's in your hands, something that you can open and cherish. And today, social media and everything's on the iPhone, and we're getting away from ignoring things. I've had a lot of experience with bookstores. I'm a real estate developer, and there's a place in New York called Source of Knowledge. It's a bookstore on North Street. And it has impacted Newark community in a way where it's just unbelievable, and I've become very friendly with the owners, and they've been things very quickly and has made a huge With that said, my question to you is that yes, books are important. Books, giving books, learning books is essential. But we need, as a group or society, are we willing to give any kind of programs to assess abilities, skills assessments, understanding what books are right for the right child, which is important. Sometimes they go over class history, come up with education, and other governmental or municipal agencies to do that. But since you're in the service, would you be giving programs and doing assessment, reading assessments, things of that nature to help with your clients?
Absolutely. So the literary programming that we offer when we go into schools, there's two parts. One is more of working with them on a foundational basis as far as, do you know what this word says? Do you know the participants? Do you know your alphabet? You'll be surprised that a lot of times, even with the higher grades, like 4th and 5th graders, I remember a time I went to a school and there was a 5th grader who could not read the word animal. And so there's a two-pronged approach for all of us who are addressing this issue of our children not being able to read. One is that they need to have the skills to do that, but they also have to be excited. They have to genuinely want to learn that information. So you ask if we help our readers pick out books and things like that. That's the exciting and we connect with, honestly, complete strangers. If you come to our, please come to our table and get a free book. That's one of the first questions that we ask. What do you like to read, especially young people? What are you interested in? And then we find a book that is directly connected to that, in hopes that it will inspire something that they can continue for the rest of their life. Thank you.
Great concept. I am an avid reader, so I do appreciate the difference that a good book can make in your life or a good book. So, my question is just, I like what you said about, how we can promote love Plainfield through the actions, if you are a winner, but as you're going around, think about the demographic makeup of Plainfield. How are you reaching the non-English readers? Is there a plan for that? Or are you trying to use the books as a way to get them to engage more in English? What's your approach to that?
Excellent question. And so, here's the thing with that. We have books that are bilingual, especially for children, where you'll have a paragraph in English and then one in Spanish, which is good. And what we found is that parents are actually interested in those type of books because they also want to learn English through the act of reading a book to their child, or vice versa. Sometimes the child will read books to the parent. So on one hand, one of our difficulties has been getting 10,000 books of books written in Spanish. But on the other hand, children's books in English we found to be useful in the family because it encourages the parents to also engage in the act of learning English without feeling, pressure. It's a loving act that parents want to do for their children. And so, eliminating that language barrier where it's kind of like, okay, we're learning this together. We found that been good. So, to answer your question, yes, we do have bilingual books, but we find the value also in books written in English as well.
That's time. Let's go. And we got a very, very big round of applause. I can say that when I heard this school, I'm so inspired. Yes, there is going to be a singular winner tonight that gets the opportunity to further your community financially. But I can honestly say that the city is better because all 9 of these businesses exist here at home. Whether it's focusing on mothering your mother, or taking your story and finding different for ways to align your business, healthy food that nourishes our communities, small business services that are affordable and impactful, finding ways to educate through visual arts and empower people. Taking a moment to take a breath and knowing that it's okay and that there's probably a lot more people out there that need to do so as well. Finding a way to bridge the gap in the language that we love into an industry that you can't wait to step right into. Taking away the stigma around cannabis and allowing all of us to be canna carriers. I can say I'm canna carriers too. And then being able to take a book and turn it into a passport and turn it into a lifetime journey. I can honestly say that each and every one of you have made such a wonderful impact over these last 12 months. And I guess on behalf of the city, the mayor, the city, everyone else here, I will continue to make you your home and you continue to dream. And so with that, I think the hardest part of tonight starts, because there are 3 judges determining who the winner for tonight is. And so we're going to take a very quick break. We have some refreshments in the back. Please come and visit each of the booths here to get to know these incredible entrepreneurs and their businesses. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes. So thank you so much for your patience. As the mayor is about to tell you, it was a very, very difficult decision. And I
I want to congratulate all of you, because by being here, you were all winners, and you were so good that you made it so difficult for 3 judges to decide on who the winner, should be. We're going to need cash, so what I heard, and so because you've done so well, because it's made it so difficult for judges, we decided to make a change. So instead of there being just one winner with $5,000, there will be 3 winners. There will be a third prize of $1,000. Slave and borrowed assets. And that third place winner, none other than the Park Tribe. And you couldn't be over a big prize for you. So, congratulations. Come on! And the city of Plainfield has been very instrumental in this program throughout the last year. We have provided funding to have the program, and because done so well, judges thought that it should be a second place winner, and the second place winner will receive $2,000 courtesy of Love Plainfield. And the winner is second place, S&T Consulting. And again, before I announce the first place winner, I just again want to repeat that all winners, you have a future, you've done wonderful. presentation excellent, and you should avail yourself to the continuing assistance that Plainfield will provide, coaching, and whatever else that help you push your business and vision as entrepreneurs forward. So the future is yours. First base winner is, are you ready?
Okay, so one very, very, very big round of applause. And from the conversation that we just had, the hope is that us, all of you, every person in this room, the city, the board will find different ways to ensure that not only are you able to be successful here, but you're able to take your services and make this city a better place. So thank you so much to all of you.